just the dark you seek. When balance lays the deep, you find peace. Screaming, mute darkness, descend on this frail frame. I drown in fathomless black space. Light never scratched the depths of this domain. I see not, yet nothing could be worse than the shades my mind calls hearing. Alone at my own wake, the unraveling of reason's scheme.
Life is still spinning, you're in my beginning, and everything I hope for has been strangely set aside. Reason for living, my mind is forgiving, and destiny is proving to be absent from my life. I know it, I feel it. I know when you're sleeping. I know the things you're dreaming, and I know you will never give up and die.
Okay, hi. God, my mic is so weird. Hopefully that's not extremely loud. Bird flu. Shit, Sherlock. Sawfish. What kind of fish? Nice. Nice. Good discourse. Okay. So the game is playing this music that's been really loud in my ears for a while. I'm gonna turn it up a bit. This is The Outer Worlds 2. The music. Let me know if the music is too obnoxious. But I mean, I kind of like it, but it's going on really loud in my ears. Yeah. So I see that Duke is here, Ilya's here, Justice. How's it going? I was on Legends just a little bit ago, and I was talking to Duke about how I didn't really want to stream Legends because I was like, mic might be a touch loud. Yeah. Okay, I'll turn it down a bit. Yeah, I didn't really want to stream Legends just because I didn't want to deal with multiplayer stuff at the moment, but I've been enjoying The Outer Worlds 2 quite a bit, and this is my last day on winter break, so I'm just gonna start a new profile and kind of play it on here for everybody. So okay, I need this music to stop. I'm just gonna let this cutscene play.
Commander, we've been hit by one of those space anomalies.
Buddy?
And the piloting system is down.
Buddy?
The astrogator's gears are shot!
Get a hold of yourself. You're an Earth Directorate agent.
Affirmative, Commander. What are the orders?
Brace for impact.
Unable to brace for impact.
Is it the end for Commander Zane and Buddy? Tune in next week to find out.
From one side of the galaxy to the next, the Earth Directorate is on your side. Whether against corrupt corporations, tyrannical governments, or corrupt corporations in league with tyrannical governments, the Earth Directorate is here to fight for the rights of all colonists. So remember, if you or your neighbor's government has turned tyrannical or sold themselves out to greedy corporate interests, just commandeer a skip drone and send the Earth Directorate an SOS, and we will respond immediately.
Please allow 6 months to 10 years, depending on your proximity to the nearest Earth Directorate base and any unforeseen encounters.
Okay. It's the beginning of the game. Elder Scrolls? I didn't know they had social media. It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, so, I've enjoyed this game so far. I'm, like... I want to say I'm 20 hours in on my one character, maybe a little bit more. And, I initially bought this game just to test it out on Steam, because, you know, you can buy something for, like... full price, play it for under 2 hours and refund it, but then I actually just forgot to refund it, so now I just have this game. So I think that we're just gonna continue playing it. I was gonna do kind of like a sneaky, stealthy character, so I think maybe we'll be a girl, a lady. Or we could try to make some kind of character, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know how long I'm gonna stream for today. I don't know. I don't really have too much of a plan. Just kind of hopping on to play a little bit before I've got to go. Storm cloaks, must be tough wearing them. Yeah, I heard some discourse, so I was tuned into Duke's stream on Twitch. I heard some discourse about Stormcloaks going on that seemed a little interesting. So yeah, there's a perk you can take in this game called Psychopath, so I think that's what I want to do. Because it seemed really interesting to me, and that there were like a lot of different different dialogue choices that could be used with that. So I think we'll be a bit of a psycho. Kind of, yeah, red eyes feels appropriate for a psychopath. Talking about what the likely end of the Civil War would be. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say that they want it to be Stormcloak victory recently. New and fresh conversation that hasn't happened before. Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking. Due to all that new content we have. Yeah, I have a new video planned. I mean, I've got so many videos planned. It's part of the difficulty. How would you compare the Outer Worlds 2 to 1 so far? I think this game is actually a more successful role-playing game in a lot of ways. And like, there's a lot of skill checks, and the perks are really fleshed out. The leveling system is kind of New Vegas-esque in a sense, so you'll see when we get into it, but I think that it's got a lot of fun stuff to it. Obviously, it's not like the best looking game in the world, and I think that's a lot of the flack that I've seen Obsidian get recently, is that their games don't look that great, or like up to the modern standard, which is something to definitely critique, but I don't know. I think that it's fine. Phone is going off. Realistically, it's probably season unending, but I think Stormcloaks would be the most interesting. Empire history just goes back to status quo. Yeah, well, I think that the Mead Empire is something that I would like to see fleshed out a little bit more, because we didn't really get to see any of it. We only hear about some of it. Let's do... I like this hairdo. But yeah, I liked Outer Worlds 1 quite a bit, and I like 2. I think that 2 has a lot of more interesting companions. Like, I don't know how many people played Outer Worlds 1, but I didn't think that the companions in Outer Worlds 1 were all that interesting. Like, Ellie never really appealed to me. Felix never really appealed to me. I liked Vicar Max and I liked Parvati, and that was about it. So I think the companions in this game are much more interesting. Let's give her some freckles, maybe. Mostly had Parvati and Max for my playthroughs too. Yeah, I tried to do a playthrough. Like, I thought that it was interesting having Felix and Vicar Max in the same party. But, I don't know. Felix was always just kind of like puppy dog. That robot companion exists. Yeah, the robot companion exists, and so does Nyoka. I think Nyoka's okay, but I just think that she's like... I'm not a big fan of a character who's like... I have a rough past and I cope with drinking. I feel like it's kind of an overdone archetype, so that was my big problem with her character, but she was alright. You can make her full-on robot lady. Actually, I don't want her to have robot limbs. He's actually powerful, but there's not much to him. Yeah. They have a robot companion in this game that's also, like, I don't know why we did that again. Okay, and then cosmetics. But I think that the Outer Worlds one gets a lot of flack for some reason from people. But I enjoy it. I mean, the reason is mostly that people want it to be Fallout New Vegas 2, and it's not. Okay, let's see if we can find some red piercing. Oh, you can change the color of it. Cool. Got earrings red. Ooh, that's really cool. That is super cool. Man, there's 68 different piercings in this? That's crazy. Good character creator. I didn't mess around with it too much on my first playthrough. Yeah, I like that thing. I don't know exactly what that is, but I like it. Let's give her a tattoo as well. Yeah, we're going to be a little bit psychotic, so... Do color. Yeah, she is red. I like it, though. Broke, I cope by drinking. Woke, I cope by doing a dance routine, or whatever Alan Wake 2 was even about. Alan Wake 2 is about the experience. It's about the ride. Okay. Ooh, that red is more what I'm looking for, I think. Let's check the other tattoos, just in case there's something else that I want. The bleeding eyes is kind of... I feel like that's on the nose a bit. But this isn't exactly... Ooh, I like this a lot, too. This isn't exactly a subtle character design I'm going for. I really like the eye, though. The eye is very cool. Tattoo intensity. Ooh, let's make it very intense. Yeah, Alan Wake 2 is about the friends we made along the way. Okay, so you can choose a background for your character here, and the background, like in Outer Worlds 1, you could choose a background, but I don't think it ever came up, actually. And it would be something like, oh, I was a cashier before I came over to the Halcyon Colony. But then in this game, oh, and it would give you like a +1 buff to something, which was like nothing. This game, though, your background will give you specific dialogue checks or specific things you can say in conversation based on your background. So I kind of like Roustabout. You're not quite sure what happened. You simply wanted to find a job that used your particular set of skills. Your particular set of skills. Which would be none. Yet one accidental death of a well-known villain later, you're now known as the gunslinging Earth Directorate agent not to be trifled with. You often find yourself wondering if this Earth Directorate has any good cashier openings. Okay, I take it backgrounds here are more like Avowed, which is good. Yes, you can definitely see, like, Avowed, you can see the bones of Outer Worlds in Avowed, and in Outer Worlds 2 you can see the bones of Avowed. So they're all kind of building on each other, which I think is nice. Okay, ex-convict, you never cared for the Earth Directorate, and they never cared for you. So much so that they decided it would be best for you to spend much, if not all, of the rest of your life behind bars. However, desperate times call for desperate measures, so you accepted a deal to work for them to clear your record. That sounds about exactly what we want to do. Next. And here you can choose positive traits. Now you can choose, I think, 2? You can choose 1. And then if you choose 2, you have to choose a negative trait as well. So I think some of the traits that are going to be good for us are potentially brawny and nimble as well, probably. Witty is going to be really interesting too. So I was looking at this one and I really wanted to take this on my first character. I took Brilliant on my first character. During skill selection, specialize in 1 additional skill. Specialized skills start with 2 points. So Brilliant just starts off the game with more skill points, which is nice. Yeah, Nimble seems really good, just better speed while crouched. But yeah, Witty. Reputation with any faction can never decrease below neutral, preventing any penalties that would be gained from having a negative reputation with a faction such as vendor surcharges. So I think that Witty is going to be really good if we're going to be like a complete psycho and just like murdering people. I think that Witty is pretty good, so we can never decrease below neutral. And then I don't mind taking Lucky, actually. Because the speed, the crouch speed thing's not really a problem. But then there's also, like, Sickly is the negative trait that we could take. So we could have your body is weak, prone to breaks, scrapes, and illnesses, injuries, and crashing from primers are more likely. So I think we might do Sickly, because we won't need as much health if we're going to be a fucking crazy person. So, also Abrasive mixed with Witty seems interesting. Others have a hard time accepting you into their communities and organizations, so reputation with any faction can never increase above neutral, preventing any bonuses that would be gained from having a positive reputation. There's also Dumb. Dumb is funny. You weren't recruited for your ability to plan or solve problems, you just can't learn some things. I'm curious if we pick Dumb, that locks out. Select 5 skills to lock Dumb. Lock 5 of the 12 available skills. Those skills can never have points added to them. Oh, actually, that doesn't seem too bad. Like, you could lock out Science. You could lock out Melee if you're never using melee weapons. You could lock out Leadership. I feel like this is something that I'm never going to level up. Explosives I probably won't level up. That's not terrible. I think we'll go with Sickly, though. Sickly feels like the better option here. Okay. So let's choose Sneak as our specialized skill, and I think I want to do Melee, maybe. Why not, right? Why not do Melee? Sneak and Melee. I can change it later if I don't like it, but we'll go with that. And the name... he went on Tesla Ladder once and he's literally turning into the Joker. Yeah. Will be... what should this woman's name be? Valid Crash Out, yeah. She's all red. Okay, it'll be Rosa. Ragnar the Red. Vermilion Rogue, red. And we'll be this. Now, I have played this game already, so I don't know if we want to go on normal, hard, or very hard. I don't actually know what this changes, so I'm just going to stick with normal for now.
Commander, I knew a mission of this nature was coming from the moment the rifts first appeared. It was, in fact, the very reason for our Circadian system is the source of all skip drive manufacturing. However, they also fall outside our legal jurisdiction, a fact which no doubt holds a certain enticement for one such as yourself. We have recently discovered that the drives are somehow responsible for the dangerous rift anomalies, the tears in the fabric of space itself. Without skip drives, interstellar travel is impossible. No intergalactic heists, no fleeing jurisdictions, and no possibility of redemption when all the colonies are dead. Your mission is to rendezvous with DeVries, our forward agent, and assist her in retrieving the information needed to determine exactly how the skip drives cause the rift anomalies. But please, manage your affairs more carefully this time, because if you or any member of your team are captured, you will be on your own. There will be no rescue. We cannot afford for this to turn into yet another intergalactic incident. Agent DeVries will be contacting you shortly to coordinate your plan of action.
I know you have little interest in the laws of society, but hopefully a phenomenon that disdains the very laws of the universe will appeal to you. Ironic though it may feel, I pray the law guide you and your team.
Yeah, so that's all unique because of our background. The other background that I chose was Professor. So that guy talks to you about like, oh, hey, you would love to save the world so that way you can find new discoveries and stuff. So I think off rip,
Commander, hey, got a moment?
this game has pretty decent like role-playing stuff shown in the intro.
Hi, Agent Pascal told me to bring you your new model tactical time dilation device. They say these newfangled ones cost no, that ain't right. 10.25% less brain damage than the old ones.
Wow, a whole 10.25%, huh?
Yeah, impressive, huh? Way it seems to make everything move slower still feels a little weird to me, but they tell me I'll get used to it. They say the way it works is like, well, you know how parts of your brain can become damaged if you're in suspended animation too long? It kind of does the same thing.
They simulate brain damage?
Oh no, they don't simulate it. It's the real McCoy. The lab coats swear it's perfectly safe. Science is amazing, ain't it? Listen to me, rambling on. So, well, anyway, here you go. Look, Commander, truth be told, I asked to deliver it to you. I was just hoping to get a moment to ask you for a pointer or two, you know, on how to be a great agent like yourself. Because, well, you're a legend. And the other agents, well, let's just say they disagree on just how I should go about it.
Well, this legend's got more important things to do, so get lost. Should I just be an absolute dick? Yeah, they don't simulate, they cause it directly. Why are you asking anyone else how to run your own life? Or what are they telling you? I'm gonna say, why are you asking anyone else how to run your own life?
Because you all know so much more than me, and I don't want to mess things up. Pascal likes to joke around about everything. But I like it when she says it's all about looking out for those who can't defend themselves. But Sandoval, he laughs at that. Says we gotta save people because they're too stupid to save themselves. And that we got righteousness on our side.
Never forget this is just a job. No one's ever going to be looking out for you but you. That's what I'm gonna tell him.
Not looking to be contrary or nothing, Commander, but that runs counter to everything we're taught at the Academy. I'll give it some thought. Anyway, thanks for giving me the time of day. Most superiors wouldn't. Oh, I almost plumb forgot to tell you. It's near time for Agent DeVries to establish contact. She's like you, top tier, one of the Earth Directorate's best. I know you'll like her. Anyway, we ought to be getting down to the main room and open up the channel.
Uh-huh. What are we waiting for then? And next time, you bring me something important, less talk.
Call should come through at the console.
Man, he's being an absolute asshole. Okay, so if you have the Brawny trait, you can just open these jammed doors, which is really, really cool. And I do want to do a character that has Brawny at some point, because it makes it so that way you pretty much don't have to, put any points into, like, engineering or lockpicking to open doors, at least. Because there's a lot of those doors.
That's sure faster than taking the stairs.
Commander, considering the danger and consequence of the mission we're about to undertake, I hope you'll forgive the lack of pleasantries. Arcadia is ruled by a dictatorship that calls itself the Protectorate. They are beyond secretive. However, it is their inability to even imagine that someone could infiltrate their system that has given us an advantage. One I've found a way to exploit spectacularly. As unbelievable as it may sound, once you make your way to my location in the Skip Labs, we will be liberating an unsealed Skip core.
Heard about a guy tried to open a sealed one once. They had to scrape him off the walls. Ex-convict background.
And you know what I'm speaking of. But the whole story about the explosive seals being necessary to complete the circuit so they'll function? Well, it's a lie. The seals are just there to conceal the inner workings of the drive so no one else can duplicate them. Examining an unsealed one will be invaluable in helping our lab coats figure out how they cause the rifts. But you'll first need to make your way to the station proper from the landing pad.
Sure. Sounds easy.
Hopefully so. Our mission's timing is fortuitous. Most of the sector's security was reassigned to the far side of the station in preparation for the imminent visit of their sovereign's family. They decommissioned several landing pads, including ours, to give them fewer points of entry to guard, giving us fewer chances to be intercepted. You'll just need to reroute power to open the door to the sector once you've landed.
Anything else?
Once you gain access to the sector, you'll need to shut down their communications to keep them from alerting anyone to our presence. Then, you'll need to handle their combat mechs.
I found a good sound thrashing with a blunt object usually works.
I'm not so certain. They're relentless and well-armored. They may surprise you. I've managed to leave caches of tools and intel for you throughout the sector. I'd take advantage of all of them, were I you. This may sound simple, but I cannot stress this enough. Do not underestimate the danger we face.
Come on, Agent. Haven't you heard? We're the best and brightest. We infiltrate corrupt governments before breakfast most days.
Do you think this is some kind of joke? The Protectorate are the worst of the worst and will not hesitate to string you up if you're caught, if you're lucky. They think nothing of regularly chemically lobotomizing their own subjects for even the slightest error. Your life isn't the only one at risk here.
By the way, Augustine here, I believe she's voiced by Erin Yvette is her name, and if you guys played Dispatch, that's Blonde Blazer in Dispatch, but she's been in a bunch of other stuff too. That's just like one of her most recent popular roles. Okay, I don't care who you are. No one talks to my agents that way. Do you understand me?
I'll speak however I choose. Do you know what I've sacrificed? What I'm prepared to sacrifice still? I've spent the better part of a year laying the groundwork for this mission. I don't need a team led by some convict fouling it up.
Are you finished?
For now. Unlike you or your team, I am a professional. Whether I like it or not, you are the commanding officer here. My personal feelings will not impede our mission. I need to go now. My absence will be noticed soon. Once you land, I'll patch in over comms and guide you through the sector.
Augustine! I mean, Agent DeFreeze. I just wanted to say we're all looking forward to working with you.
Who? Niles? Is that you? Law, what are you doing here? It's been so long.
I'm an agent. First assignment. Suppose I look a mite different now. Less grease. Oh, and no more smelling like fuel neither. Most days. Can't wait to see you once this is over, Agent. And good luck.
Same to you, Ibarra. DeVries out.
Navigator's warmed up in the cockpit, Commander. Whenever you're ready to fly us in.
Cool. I'm not going to talk to any of the other people around here. They all have something to say, but it's not super worthwhile. Okay, Horizon Point Station, a secret skip drive research facility orbiting in the rings of the outermost planet Nyx. So an important thing to note, too, is that the Outer Worlds 2 takes place in a different colony from the first game. Apparently the VA was also in your favorite ESO expansion. Oh no, was she Athelia? It's hard to tell because I have two favorite ESO expansions. Yeah, there's going to be Nyx sounds.
We all know that a structure is only as strong as its basest elements, the dirt on which it is built, which is each and every one of you. Yes, you. You are not just a cog in the machine. You are the cog in the machine that keeps us productive. I may be your sovereign, the protector of Arcadia, and the bedrock upon which our system is built, but even I can't succeed alone. So be diligent, and remember, failure will be met with severe consequences.
Commander, Ibarra and I will secure the building down here, while you're upstairs restoring power to the door.
She stole my haircut. Okay.
Brad get flash fried in here?
The electrical system misfired somehow. Security has been triggered. This needs to be dealt with quickly.
Commander, we finished our sweep. I'd wager we could use the intercom to call for help, Commander. Must be a guard around here somewhere who can shut the mechs down. Screen's broken, so should be nothing to pass yourself off as one of their own.
Found a badge. Could be helpful to convince whoever answers if I use the intercom.
Always a good idea to have a cover story.
Okay, I think over here too. Read this, Cadet Mallory. You've been assigned to this position for a reason. You are to maintain order and cleanliness within this landing pad until ordered otherwise. In case of emergency or extreme confusion, send a message to the Arbiter immediately. Please continue to review your mental refreshment outtake pamphlet to remain in step with your duties. Remember, your ability to complete your duties will be reflected on your perpetual appraisal of purpose. In anticipation of any follow-up questions you may have, please refer to the following items. Momentarily not knowing where you are is not an emergency. Do not use sharp objects when cleaning the electrical wiring. Cut through the grime is a figurative expression. This landing pad is scheduled to be decommissioned soon as part of the protocol for the family barracks visit. Once this happens, you are to report to Central Dispatch for your temporary assignment. This is important. Once decommissioned, security measures will restart upon any power surge, so you should attempt to continue cleaning. Should you attempt to continue cleaning, it is likely you will be fired upon. Should this happen, seek cover and put out any fire on your person before contacting the Arbiter. Got a couple messages. The last few years have been difficult since the death of our beloved first sovereign, but the Protectorate remains strong. Our new sovereign, the first son and the grandson of our beloved matriarch, will lead us to a new future for all humankind. Our moral obligation to lead humankind was set back on Earth when the matriarch and the first presiding bishop of the Order of the Ascendant first envisioned our perfect society. It is our legacy. It is our mandate. It is who we are. But none of us can do it alone. Your neighbor takes comfort in knowing that you would not hesitate to report them for questionable behavior, and we know you feel the same. However, even the most upstanding subject sometimes needs guidance. So remember, if you're not sure what to do, rely on your local vigilant to guide you. So a big thing in this game too is that you get a lot of insight into Vicar Max's religion of the Grand Plan and OSI. In preparation for the visit of the family barrack, kin of the sovereign, the following security measures will be put into place. Okay, that's all not super important.
Cadet Warden 4th Class Corbin receiving. It's a glorious day in the Protectorate. How can I serve? Wait a moment. You're calling from landing pad 0-53? That's listed as decommissioned. And yet the defenses have come online? Please be so kind as to inform me of your name and ID number so that I may report you for this infraction. And hurry, please. The transmission of the Sovereign's family's arrival will start any moment. I can scarce afford the demerits missing it would entail.
This is Cadet Robin Mowry, subject number 831. Can you please shut down the defenses?
Mowry? Oh, now I understand. I'd heard you were, that your condition wasn't, optimal. What? I know I shouldn't be asking this, but what was it like? The mental refreshment?
It was horrible.
Matriarch preserve me, I knew it. I mean, I am pleased you have been returned to us as a fully functioning subject.
Then can you help me out? I don't want to be sent back to mental refreshment, was it?
Sorry, I can't risk being sent to mental... forget I said that. It is my duty to report this. I'm sure the Arbiters will come get you out of there when they have the time.
Okay, that didn't work out very well.
Nothing to say. We all know that.
Okay, you can hack it. think we'll just go in shooting. It is Gold Road. Doesn't have a specific voice credited. Not Athelia, though. Well, that's good. Does this give XP? It does.
There's no time reducing those necks to scrap. Commander, the situation is becoming more fluid than I'd originally planned for. We've got to change our approach. Split the team to handle calm.
Good to know DeVries is consistently on edge. Wasn't just me. You'd think she'd never been on a mission before. Everyone knows fluid's about the best you can hope for. Well, sitting here jawing ain't gonna accomplish much. Looks to be central dispatch on the right with security ops on the left. Which you taking, Commander? We'll hit the other.
I think we'll do security ops.
Kinda figured that'd be your choice. Abar and I'll take central dispatch, then meet you at the skip labs. We'll stay well out of trouble, won't we, Cadet?
That's right. I'm taking your words to heart, Commander. Not aiming to play hero. Just here to get the job done.
Right. Well, then, notwithstanding Abar's enthusiasm here, or DeVries' concerns over fluidity, I'm fairly certain we've got this under control. Rest easy, Commander.
So the flaws system in Outer Worlds 1 comes back in this game in kind of a different way. So in Outer Worlds 1, like if you took a bunch of shock damage, you would have the opportunity to choose a flaw that makes it so that way your character takes more shock damage, like they'd be weaker to shock damage, but they would also be given a perk point to do kind of whatever they want with.
Getting shot, certainly part of it.
So it comes back in this game in kind of a different way. They don't give you a perk point when you get your flaw, but they give you like a positive and a negative. So there's one perk that I got on my last character that's like, if you continually reload, like, if you reload before your clip hits empty a bunch, then you'll unlock the... And these guys are really talking a lot. You'll unlock a perk that makes your magazine size 50% bigger, but your damage is way weaker if you ever get to the bottom of one of your clips. So there's some good ones, there's some bad ones.
I've stashed a knife in the maintenance access for you, with instructions on how to use it to quietly bypass the guards.
Cool.
Good neighbor, I do all I can. Since their return, the state they're in.
Here they're talking about the guy that we were posing as.
Yes, it is sad that they weren't worthy. Otherwise, they'd.
I also like the change they made in this game, so you can see when an
They'd have
enemy.
had the strength and
You can see the damage you're going to do
emerge
to
a
them when
better
you hit them.
subject, more able to fulfill their duties.
Yes, that is exactly what I meant. Praise be to the Protectorate.
So like we can see that we're going to insta-kill these guys. Something like that. I'm not going to read any of that because it's not that important, but we will eject the pumping station access keycard. Praise me. Praise be to Namu. Blah, blah, blah. Sometimes I just click through that just in case there's something, but I don't have time to read it right now. Yeah, lockpicking is, I think, one of the best skills in this game. I've seen more lockpicking checks than anything else.
I've left some distraction devices in a floor panel by the scaffolding. Use them to breach the control room.
Now, if you have perk points in the observation skill, you can see right here there's something in there. I took observation on that character. But yeah, you can see there's like little hidden things that only observant characters can find on the map. And unfortunately, I haven't really seen a whole lot of them pop up. Got 5 points in observation.
Me saying I probably was working in wastewater processing when I couldn't tell them anything about this assignment. Didn't bother me, I assure you. But it was just too close to implying that some jobs are less worthy than others for me to let lie. Service to the Sovereign.
Good. Those mechs should give you no more problems. Rendezvous with your crewmates outside and meet me at the skip labs as soon as possible.
Okay, crewmates.
We're en route to the comms control module. Just need to deal with these guards, quiet-like.
Okay, disabled. Cool, cool, cool.
Give us a minute. Something's not right.
Whoa. Hold on. What's this doing here?
Oh shit.
What's that? An explosion? Abara, Pascal, do you...
Attempting to resuscitate Agent Abara. Please stay clear.
What in the void happened here, Val?
An unabridged debrief is not available at this time, but in the parlance of Agent Pascal, some crazy, censored, alert. This unit has lost contact with Agent Pascal. There is a 90% chance she is trapped under rubble, most likely mortally wounded and beyond help. Triage protocols dictate stabilizing Agent Abara's vital signs before commencing recovery efforts. Please secure the area.
Okay. Stay here till I figure out what to do. I'll be back.
Acknowledged. This unit will relocate Agent Abara to the incognito once he is stabilized or deceased. All other agents are advised to continue with the next mission objective. Please head to the skip labs now. Per Earth Directorate guidelines, an incapacitated agent's equipment is available for team use. Agent Abara's rifle is now yours, Commander. Using it may improve your odds of survival.
Commander, guards are closing in on your location. Agent DeVries, we need an updated tactical report. We've got agents down.
It makes no sense. There were no hostiles in the immediate area. No logical cause for that explosion. There's nothing more we can do for them. This doesn't change our mission. We have no choice but to keep pushing forward.
Never questioned, never doubted, still never lied. Closer inspection.
Go. Station key card. Okay. Where can I get this stuff from? Probably over here. I think I put a point into lockpick last time on my first playthrough, because I was able to get through this a lot quicker. but maybe we talk with this
Hey,
guy?
you there! Come over here at once!
Oh shit, it's this guy.
Please? What are you doing here? Why aren't you at your post? Has this whole facility gone mad? Something awful has happened. We must be on our guard. Security ops cannot even be reached despite all of my attempts. This should be impossible. The automechs all returned to their charging stations and deactivated. And then there was the explosion. Please, tell me you know what's happening here.
This is an emergency. I need to get into the skip labs at once.
Your voice. You're the one I spoke to over the intercom. You're not Maori. I shudder to think of my fate had I let an unauthorized person into the facility. Praise be the matriarch that I was not fooled by your false tongue.
Gotta admit, my skills are a little rusty since I've been reformed.
Reformed? Do you mean refreshed? If that is so, then this entire debacle will be laid at my feet. As I have no excuse for my behavior, my fealty will be questioned. Again,
My fealty will questioned.
It
Messed
is
up
of no
the
matter.
subtitles there.
I am certain my own actions would have doomed me within weeks, if not days. The demerits I have accumulated assured my fate long before I encountered you. I'll just wait here for them to come and take me away. It is over for me. I need accept it. I know I'm still a loyal subject, even if no one else does.
You okay? You sound like you're gonna throw up. Believe me, I should know. Because we have the sickly trait.
How else should I sound? Being sentimental refreshment is now a certainty. Besides all of this, my latest perpetual appraisal of purpose was less than adequate. It's just sitting on Arbiter Jackson's terminal, waiting like a blade above my head. When the demerits for this are added, maybe I'll be lucky and they'll just execute me instead.
It's on a terminal here? I can try to find a way to help you out with that.
What do you mean, help me out? There is no help for me. Petitioning for redress is only admissible in extreme circumstances. Anything else shows a disrespect for the system's purity and perfection.
No, I mean I'll find a way to fix it for you. I'm good at hiding inconvenient evidence.
I'm not certain I follow. You're saying you would alter an official report without authorization? To cover my abject failures? I've never heard of such a thing. That could be like having a new start. Wait, what am I saying? I cannot be party to your scheme. I'd be caught for sure.
Not if you don't say anything. They're not mind readers.
No, you're wrong. They know. They always know. And this that you're suggesting, it borders on treason. And I am nothing if not a loyal subject.
Look, I don't want to have to kill you. Or if you're what passes for a loyal subject, I'll have no problem killing the lot of you then. I'm gonna say that one.
You dare to threaten me? Guards! I need immediate assistance at the bridge!
Alright.
Summoned as my witness, we shall make you pay for this!
Yeah, that, I did not get that interaction at all on my first playthrough because I just simply lockpicked my way through. So this is cool. Now, I wanted to get through this game only using melee on this character, but I feel like I might have to use my gun here because I don't think that I'm going to be very effective, especially with my smaller health pool. Okay. What if I slide on through this way? Okay. Alright. Can I get... Let me do a quick save. Can I get a kill on this? Okay, yeah. We'll just try this. Alright, that worked out. We also have a little icon on the map now when you need to loot a body.
You shan't prevail, fiend!
Okay. Use the medical inhaler. Oh yeah, I meant to tell you should watch the FNAF 2 movie with your buddy. If you want to watch shit movies with, don't care if you haven't seen the first or played the game. I hadn't done either. I've actually seen the first FNAF movie because that same friend wanted to go see that one with me. And I thought the first one was okay, but yeah, I'm more than down to see the second one. I think it's in theaters.
Avoid what's going on out there. Did you think shooting up the place was a good idea right now? After what happened to Niles? You need to stop the tomfoolery, take the lift behind you, and get to me as soon as you can. It is imperative we retrieve this unsealed core and escape this station.
Okay. But yeah, it was that bad. The FNAF movie was that bad. We'll read through that. By read through, I mean we'll spam click through. Yeah, see, you can lockpick to open this door. There's just so many things that lockpick gets you.
Commander, be on your guard.
Spano controls the line to a cluster of fuel cells. None of the options make sense to you. But because we have the lucky trait, we can just mash buttons. You find the flow controls and increase them gradually enough to not set off any warnings. How fortunate.
I'm picking up increased security activity in your area. They'll be at your location at any moment.
I don't know exactly what that did, to be honest with you. Okay, yeah, that's what it did. That's nice. The dialogue was written by a teenager, the plot makes no sense, and it's the cheesiest thing I've ever seen. It was my favorite movie I've watched all year. Nice.
So don't count on us for back.
Yeah, I love shitty movies. I love shitty movies. Oh, hold on. Wait. Delete all demerits. Yeah, we'll delete them for that guy. Cool. I guess this character hasn't developed the psychopath trait yet. This was another thing that I was only able to see because my character was observant, but there's a hidden path back here. So I actually really like the level design in Outer Worlds 2. I think that there's a lot of replayability with this game, honestly. They added stuff to make stealth playthroughs a little bit easier, so
into our perfect skip drive manufacturing process. We must
yeah, like they have distraction grenades that you can throw now.
Together. The skip drive is our legacy. It is our mandate. It is who we are. And it falls to you.
I'm gonna throw another one.
Worthy of review.
Can't get to that.
It's cool that your route changes depending on your build. Yeah, it's really neat. And there's like a thing, so you can see in here. Like you can sneak through here and then you can activate some turrets or something using that terminal. If you get through, I think you have to pass a hack check. So there's lots of different sneaky little things like that hidden in this game that I've really liked so far. I just couldn't resist, like, the psychopath trait just seems like so much fun. Because, like, if you have the psychopath trait, then it allows you to unlock the serial killer trait, and that just, like, I don't know, it seemed like a bunch of crazy fun. I also like the little animations they added for opening stuff. And I am gonna go kill this guy up here because I like experience points. Come on. It's not gonna let me up there. halfway to level 2.
Boy, damn it! Can't you get anything right? You were supposed to be dead already. I should have known an ex-convict would have a knack for self-preservation. Oh, an infuriating miscalculation on my part, but one that will soon be rectified.
What exactly is going on here? Why are you doing this?
Let me put this simply. Simple enough for even you to understand. The Grand Plan mandates this abomination of an experiment must die. And you along with it.
None of that answers my question.
I have neither the time nor the need to explain the veracity, the nuances of the plan to one such as yourself.
What a coincidence. I have no more time to listen to you drone on about the plan.
For once we are in agreement. We are out of time. Farewell, Commander.
Sovereign's family has been killed by a naturally occurring rift anomaly. High priority alert to all Earth Directorate agents. Contact with Earth has been lost.
Identified ships on the edge of Arcadia.
It's no longer just a spacer's choice, it's Auntie's choice. Greater value for your men.
Arcadian citizens, we've come to deliver you from oppression.
Probably should have left us out in space. Remembering the Sovereign's family, may they rest in perfection.
You're not hearing me, Val. They were out there for almost 10 years. You know what usually happens when someone left in suspended animation that long.
It's a pretty cool opening sequence. Yeah, I think so too. I think it's a really strong opening.
Periods of suspended animation. Death occurs quickly as the human body rapidly liquefies.
Exactly. And it would be my fault it happens. I never should have stopped looking. I can't face the commander right now. Not like this. I'll be in the cockpit.
Welcome back to consciousness, Commander. Please accept your back pay for the previous mission. It has been prorated according to the mission's failure and your unapproved 3,468-day sabbatical.
I feel like I'm going to be sick. Required trait, sickly.
Some post-hibernation nausea is to be expected. Please direct any vomit away from your Valerie unit. Revival protocols mandate a physical and cognitive test to confirm mission readiness. This is to ensure no unexpected changes have occurred regarding your abilities, Commander. Due to your prior medical history and general fragility, this assessment is especially recommended.
Man, that's cool. Okay, I will respec, I think. The sickly trait is funny, but I think maybe dumb might be something that I'm looking for. And honestly, witty, I don't know. Do I care if I've got negative reputation with people? This is the only time you get to respec in the whole game, so I'm gonna take a look at it again. But if I'm gonna be a little bit of a psycho, I don't know if I care. Maybe it is good to have, though. It'd be nice if I could select even more perks and take even more negative traits. Okay, I think we'll stick with that, but I'm thinking of replacing well, sneak is so nice to have, though. I don't know. Upon level up, we'll probably pick lockpick as our next point instead of bumping one of these up, so yeah, we'll just stick with what we've got. I remember we've been suspended longer in the first game. Yeah, the first game, you're suspended in hibernation for like 60 or 100 years, and in this game it's just 10. Yeah, we'll stick with normal.
Assessment complete. It appears you experienced some changes while in suspended animation, but nothing of concern. This unit will update your records accordingly. An event summary will now be provided to improve your situational awareness, Commander. If you feel yourself beginning to liquefy at any point, please notify this unit immediately. Following an aggressive merger between Anti-Cleos and Spacer's Choice, the new corporate entity known as Anti's Choice invaded Arcadia. Anti's Choice claims they are following market demands and liberating Arcadia through the power of capitalism. Many have died. Unfortunately, their invasion fleet also exacerbated the rift anomaly created by Agent DeVries' sabotage of Horizon Point. This means no ship can enter or leave the colony. The rift also remains a threat to the colony. Current estimations suggest the rift will destroy Arcadia in the next 10 years. Give or take 7 to 8 years.
Okay, things really fell apart without me, didn't they?
Initiating reassurance. Do not worry, Commander. Prior to now, the probability of your intervention having had any impact on current events approaches 0%, while the rift is a low to medium priority concern. Agent Ibarra has expressed far more confusion and alarm about Agent DeVries' latest actions.
DeVries is alive?
Agent DeVries did indeed survive Horizon Point. This was confirmed when she brought down the old Earth Directorate surveillance satellite earlier this month. The satellite had been gathering information since before your mission. When it fell, it signaled agents across the colony, leading to the discovery of you and Agent DeVries. Agent Ibarra prioritized your recovery above pursuing Agent DeVries. This involved disassembling and rebuilding the astrogator to allow the incognito to travel to your location.
So that's their reason, rebuilding the astrogator, that's their reason that this ship doesn't have any of the landing key cards, because Ibarra had to reassemble it. So at least they thought about that, I guess. Niall certainly seems different.
This unit has observed a marked improvement in Agent Ibarra's hygiene regiment since the satellite was brought down. He is shaving again and routinely changes his clothing. Final update. Due to the deaths of every other squad member, Agent Ibarra is now a full agent. He is currently in the cockpit. Please extend your congratulations when you see him.
Okay, I'm curious. We told Agent Ibarra at the beginning of the game that all that this was a job and nothing more. So I'm curious how that's going to affect him, because I was really nice to him previously. And he's a very good character. I like him quite a bit. Okay, skill improvements. We know how those work. We're going to put 2 points into the lockpick. And keep that there. Perk points, we are going to take... So Psychopath, you have to have one other skill purchased. Okay, so Psychopath and Serial Killer. Alright. Requires 1 or more total perks being purchased. Cool. So I think, alright, I gotta shoot off. Good to hang out today. I'll see both of y'all around. Enjoy the end of your break. Peace out, Duke. Okay, we have Assassin, which makes it so that way after scoring a kill from stealth, your movement speed is dramatically increased for a short time. That seems really good. Duelist, you gain the ability to perform a perfect block with melee weapons. Timing your block against incoming melee attacks will stun the attacker. That also seems really good. Ghost, if you're crouched when an NPC starts investigating you, gain camouflaged for a short duration. Has a cooldown between activations, which decreases based on your sneak skill. Very cool. Pickpocket, this is really nice, but if we're going to be crazy and just killing people, then we don't really have to do that. Trophy Hunter, you gain critical hit chance with all weapons against all enemies. The chance is increased against strong enemies, such as leaders and bosses that aren't heavily damaged. Let's go with... I feel like maybe... Oh man, I don't know. A lot of these are good. We're going to have to spend 3 perk points on Psychopath and Serial Killer. So I'm going to go with Assassin. I think that feels correct. And that might unlock some dialogue options for us as well. For like a sneaky type character. So, should be fun. Alright, we'll talk to Niles.
All these years and I still can't get my head around what Augustine did. Sacrificing her whole team. And for what? What did our blood pay for? Oh, Commander. Thought you were Val. Glad to see you up and ambling about. And not, human stew. More like 9 and change. And a rough 9 years at that. But who's counting? You know, when I first learned some of the escape pods made it away from the station, I'd hoped. I did search for you, Commander. Just as soon as I was able.
What's done is done. We should focus on what comes next.
So then, I gather Val's described our state of affairs?
Confirmed. The commander has received a full briefing on the following topics: the invasion of Arcadia, the Rift, and Agent DeVries' survival.
DeVries. Would have been better if she joined the dead. I figured she'd done just that until I got the alert that she brought down the Earth Directorate satellite. If she's of a mind to, she could use the information on that thing to destabilize the Rift and destroy Arcadia. She was one of us, Commander. It's our responsibility to stop her.
This is a lot. I just want to move on, keep my head down, forget any of this happened.
I get the impulse. I do. But take it from someone who knows that whole lying low thing only makes you easier to crush by the boots you're looking to avoid. Besides, this growing rift problem ain't just gonna subside. Oblivion's coming, Commander. Without the Earth Directorate, we're stranded. I'm not gonna stand around waiting to get extirpated by some tear in the universe. DeVries started this mess. Only follow she's the one with the know-how to end it.
So that's a no to going back to the hibernation chamber then.
The Commander's got jokes. Seems your upper faculties are making a full recovery then. Good. Gonna need you sharp to catch DeVries. She's going to ground now. But as part of her original undercover mission, DeVries was inserted at the Vox Relay Station on Paradise Island. She'd have followed protocol, established a safe room there. Wager that's where we'll find clues as to her present plans and whereabouts.
What was that again? She's gone to ground now. She was... okay, yeah. I take it she or who she works with might have something to do with Earth being unavailable in the first game. Potentially, yeah. I actually haven't... if that is a thing, I haven't reached that point in the story yet. But it very well could be. I guess there are worse places to be stuck investigating than an island called Paradise.
You'd think so. But even before Antes invaded, the island wasn't exactly a utopia. No matter what lies the Protectorate tries to sell you. Weather's mostly nice, at least. Just to be clear, I'm not saying we're strolling up to the Vox station and knock nicely. The Vox is highly restricted and heavily defended. It'd be a death sentence. We might ought to explore the island first, find out what we can. The satellite alert pinged DeVries' tracker in a town, name of Fairfield. Wasn't nowhere clear as yours, so we need to poke around a bit. Doubt she's there now, but it seems a better place to start than assaulting her Protectorate communications hub.
Okay. Yeah, the inclusion of extra cutscenes is really nice. Okay.
Records indicate that lockboxes, such as the two housed in this dispenser, were originally part of a failed smuggling operation. Special lockbox keys are needed to open them. After discovering the first lockbox, Agent Ibarra installed this dispenser to house additional lockboxes, which may be located throughout the colony. Unfortunately, due to a jam, the dispenser is currently inoperable. Agent Ibarra deprioritized its repair in order to focus on rescuing you, Commander.
Give me 2 seconds with that lockbox, and I'm sure I can have it open.
Tampering may result in damage to the container's contents. Theorizing. Extracting the contents from the first lockbox may disencumber the dispenser, allowing it to return to normal operations. This unit has an advanced decryption key that can open the first lockbox, Commander.
Thanks.
Helpful addendum. Scans also indicate an Auntie's Choice dematerializer within the first lockbox, which you may find useful in the discreet disposal of bodies, Commander.
My former legal counsel would advise me not to comment on that.
Valerie units are not authorized to comment on active or inactive criminal cases. Additionally, the second lockbox's contents may contain parts to upgrade your Valerie unit. Upgrades are recommended to improve your experience of Valerie. An upgraded Valerie unit will boost the team's overall level of effectiveness by an estimated 87.3%. Please be on the lookout for any additional lockboxes, which may be stored here for your convenience.
Yeah, there are tons and tons of lockboxes throughout the game. This one's nice. It's an extra gadget that allows us to dissolve bodies. So there's a gadget slot in this game. There are 4 gadgets that are available to you. So in Outer Worlds 1, there was just the tactical time dilation. But in Outer Worlds 2, they have 3 other gadgets. So there's the dematerializer, which we just found. It's like a spray bottle that it'll dissolve bodies. Then we have the... there's this new stuff called Zeranium that they added in this game, and the Zeranium, it's like a toxic gas that you can't get through, so they have a gadget that allows you to traverse through Zeranium. And then the final one is like glasses that allow you to see invisibility, and they also allow you to see where like wires are that connect to different locations. And there's the Vox relay station. Important announcements. I'm just gonna skip through that because we don't want to just be reading stuff. But yeah, we're halfway to level 3, and it's every 2 levels you unlock a perk point. So honestly, I would like to get the Psychopath perk pretty quickly before getting into a lot of stuff.
At the risk of sounding glib, that ain't a good sign.
Correction. The sign seems to be functioning.
Just got the second planet in this game, and I've been enjoying it a lot more than 1. Yeah, I think that this game is generally better than Outer Worlds 1. Like, I think the role-playing elements are a lot better. I just got to... both from a storytelling and gameplay angle. Yeah, I would agree. I think that the story is much more engaging, and I like the role-playing elements a lot more, and the gameplay is just really... Yeah, it's a lot more fun. Like, I feel like there's better build variety in this game. Companion abilities...
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Does this actually... That does work on robots. Okay, cool. But yeah, no, I've been enjoying this game quite a bit. I think that it's a lot of fun. I think the role-playing is much better than
Whoa there,
the first
go-getter.
game. And
Welcome to Fairfield,
unlike
now under
Avowed,
the new
you can
and
kill whoever
improved
you want in
management
this
of
game.
Auntie's Choice.
They gave you free
I'd
reign.
usually ask if you were affiliated with the previous regime, but you lack the bewildered gaze of a Yeseng Protectorate subject. Even so, going to have to ask you to identify yourself. Still a war on and all.
There was also that camouflage thingy. I can't remember better words for it. Yeah, there was that thing in Outer Worlds 1 that allowed you to access unrestricted areas. That thing was kind of broken, honestly. If you had a speech build, that thing was just absolutely broken. I prefer to keep my background shrouded in mystery.
Well, then try to identify who I'm looking at presently.
I guess you could say I'm someone hoping to make a clean slate of the past. Not exactly. I'm attempting to cultivate an air of complete ineffability.
Well, I completely lack the words to describe you right now, so, well done, I suppose. End of the day, we let most anybody in. Bottom line's all we care about is our bottom line. That'll be all. Unless you got any questions before you're on your way.
Nope. I know where I'm
Before I
going.
forget, I have standing orders to send all newcomers to Minister Milver Street. He's in the town hall. That'd be the one with the giant hologram on it. Can't miss it. Once again, welcome to Fairfield, the official new home of free trade and self-reliance.
Okay, so the backdrop for this planet is that there's a war, or not a war going on. There's like, I guess kind of a war. There's the Protectorate over here, which are those people that we just kind of blew up their whole shit. They're run by government that's like a monarchy, where they kind of have a worship thing for the
Keep your petty skepticism. I'll pay my tab in no time.
for the leader.
The door of this stuff? They must be storing something good in there.
Yeah, guns.
And they've got like
Probably some
extremely
ammunition,
loyal
too.
subjects.
Honestly, Kemp ain't that much of a mystery.
Let's put on our police officer uniform. So yeah, they just conquered these people not too long ago. And so there's a lot of like integrated people into this society. Let's head up here. I heard about the psychopath perk tree and the fact that there are perk trees in general, and that kind of build variety is what made me decide to pick this game up. Yeah, so I didn't know much about this game. I liked the first one, so I got this one. But the build variety in this one has really surprised me. Like, I didn't know exactly what to think when I picked this game up, but it is really good in terms of like variety and stuff.
Huh. Guns after all. Most of these irons look pretty old-fashioned.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for your help, friend. We were nigh at our wits' end trying to get... And humble, too. Well...
Okay. There's a perk you can take also for skipping dialogue. You get more XP.
That guard wasn't being ironical about the giant hologram over town hall. Well, guess we ought to go acquaint ourselves with that minister like she said.
Talk to Huel.
Swear, I almost had it this time. Everything all lined up. Easy mark. Guaranteed mark. Look like you've had
I
your
am
share
going
of
to skip a
troubles.
lot of this dialogue
I
because
had
I've heard it
just
before. I'll just
the
fill you guys
why
in.
The path there might be like couldn't or would it complete. Don't want to bargain none? Might suspicious. I have a few bits I can offer. He'll provide the agreed upon schematics. So close. Edible spacesuits and
Okay, this guy is how we get our double jump in this game. He's like, hey, I've got this offer that'll help me climb the corporate ladder. And we're gonna go help him investigate that offer that he was doing with this Jackson Plum guy. But it turns out the thing that he was looking for was a double jump.
Commander?
Or kind of a rocket booster. So I also enjoy the double jump a lot more in this game than in Outer Worlds 1. In Outer Worlds 1, the double jump was more of it was a dodge mechanic. But in this game, it's just a built-in part of your kit.
I know I've been pushing to find DeVries, so this might seem a bit of a left turn. Avoid it. Got an old friend here. Tracked him to Westport a short time ago, but I had that starts with writing
part
accounts.
of his
This friend of mine,
backstory. We'll skip through this, but he's got a guy who helped patch him up after the explosion.
Given up the struggle like I assumed he would. Westport.
Okay. yeah, there's a guy that we are going to go talk to named Zebulon Tran that used to be friends with Niles and helped patch him up from the explosion. I think to get to the double jump, we actually need to go all the way around here because I don't have the engineering perk to get up there. Which is one thing that I wish they would bring in from the Pillars universe. So in Pillars 2, they have it so that way your companions' perks, like you guys can work as a team with your perks from your companions. And like if your companions have high survival skill, for instance, that'll bleed into your survival checks, but they don't have that in the Outer Worlds. I wish they did. Okay. Yeah, right now I'm just trying to look for experience stuff so I can level up and get Psychopath before I talk to anybody, because it just seems, I know I'm saying that a lot, but it just seems like a really fun perk to have. So we need to do stuff that's going to net us some XP, and this feels like a good first step. Right now I'm doing a Gambler crit filled with rifles and pistols, and I'm already excited to finish the game and go back through with something else entirely. Yeah, I actually really want to do a build exactly like that. I was honestly just looking at, in the character creator, they have like the big handlebar mustache thing, and and I was like, that would be perfect for a kind of gunslinger vibe, like an old western vibe. So yeah, I've been inspired to do that too. Okay, now one thing I wish they would show is if I was to hit these things. That's the movement speed buff. Wow. That's crazy. There's this Iranium. The robots have Zyranium in them, so.
Enter.
We might just take all these things out while we can. Wow. That assassin perk is really nice. The melee actually feels really good with that assassin perk.
How are you?
That's awesome. Oh my god. Let's see about maybe getting another stealth kill. It's not looking great. Maybe. Oh shit. This is not good. Oh, damn, I died. I'll use a trauma kit to revive.
Give the order and I'll take care of it.
Okay. Christ. I believe there's another... Yeah. There we go. Did we get everything? I feel like that might not have been every robot. But it was damn near close. You know, another thing that I like about this game is that they don't have a carrying capacity. So you can just pick up whatever you want. And I honestly wish that more games would do that. I think that carry weight is kind of... I don't know. Most games are not about realism. So I think if your game is trying to have realism in it, then yeah, that's fine. But I don't know, that doesn't really get me going. Carry weight. It kind of is a hindrance more than anything. Especially if you're gonna have crafting be a key mechanic in your game. Limiting how much the player can carry at one time is just kind of artificial difficulty at that point. Revives, that's a nice feature. Yeah, so they have things called trauma kits that you can find. And so long as you have a companion that's alive to revive you, you can use the trauma kit. But if your companions get downed and then you get downed, there's nothing that you can do. Red worm? Is that what I saw? What did that say? Yeah, it's up here. Red worm. Isn't carry weight more about creating a game loop by which you're forced to go to town and interact with NPCs? I suppose it would depend on the game that you're in, though. Like, a game like Prey has a carry weight, I think, and there's no NPCs or town that you have to go into to,
No, Jackson, don't!
Don't fret. With these boots, I can fly!
Jackson, you're too...
Okay.
Oh, law, I can't believe he jumped that way.
Sir, I know this isn't the time, but are they gonna put us to the gallows for this?
What? No. That ain't how we operate in Auntie's Choice, Liza. We might be looking at a pretty fierce demotion for losing half our workforce and getting stuck up here, though.
Okay, the skinny of this is that these guys are stuck up here, and we need to go get them down. These are the guys that the dude in the
So if you were to
town told
use
us to go get. I'm on it. Falling Wizard. Yeah, Outer Worlds Edition. For real. I am skipping through things. I apologize if people actually want to be hearing what these guys are saying. But I played through this just like 2 days ago, so. Okay, this is our double jump. And I'm more interested in like showing you guys more of what the gameplay has to offer right now than dialogue. When we get to like actual important dialogue, then I'll slow down for a second. But with this right here, we just unlock a double jump. So you can't stop yourself from terminal velocity with this thing. But it does let you get a little bit of extra reach. And it gives a little bit of vertical mobility as well. So another thing with the Observant perk is that over here in this bush, there's something hidden, but you have to have an Observant character in order to get use out of it. Okay. We just go down here. But yeah, if you liked Outer Worlds 1, this game takes place in a totally different solar system, but
crop of Brachythecium rutabulum. They're
it's
found
cool.
in bandages and burns. If you don't have that drive overloader, ascending may be a waste.
That's it? It was that easy?
All right. Cutscene inbound. Level up. This is only a skill level up, so I think we might take stealth. Maybe 1 point lockpicking, 1 point stealth. So how specialized skills work, by the way, I could put extra points into sneak. Even though we're level 3, I could put 4 points into sneak. But lockpick, because it's not one of my specialized skills, that's going to be stuck at 3 for this level. So we could either get better at lockpicking or get better at stealth or melee. I think stealth is the priority here, because that's going to get better sneak attack damage, which is going to give us better one-shot kills.
Oh, thank...
I mirror that
Okay.
sentiment, to be certain.
What do you mean? You're all... Here's your... It was
Okay. Cool. Happy to help. Get some XP, and we're a quarter of the way to level 4. So if we're trying to get more XP, let's see. We'll return to this guy and send in the quest.
Can't believe some of those Protectorate hull heads just couldn't see the benefit of
Don't go into that cheap saloon. I've been gone a while. How'd it go? Tell me you got good news.
I got the schematics, but your business partner, I'm afraid he didn't make it. He jumped off of a building.
Why, that's terrible. But you said you have the schematics? I'll take those. What? Sovereign's finest potato corollary peeler? This was supposed to be a guaranteed bestseller. Who in their right mind would... Jackson, you idiot! Ah! It's a good thing he's dead, because if he wasn't, I'd kill him! There's no... God damn it! I'm never getting that promotion.
Okay, where's my money?
Oh, don't worry, you'll get your bits. Tell me, did you come across any other advanced Protectorate technology while you were there? Anything more...
I've got plasma
easily
thrusters.
marketable? Personal thrusters? No one would ever want such preposterous things. I'd be laughed out of recreant reclamation. Imagine, jumping about like a sprog. Ridiculous. Well, here's all I can spare in regards to your compensation. In the unlikely event...
Cool. Okay, did everything here.
I lose even the slightest symptom of success, so elude me.
I know where DeVries is at, or at least where the first part of this whole thing is at, so we'll head on over to her place. And I want to say, there we go, it's in here. DeVries submerged tracker. DeVries tracker appears to have been surgically removed and submerged in liquid inside this container, obviously in an attempt to disable it. Fortunately, it was still producing a weak signal. And we'll go through the messages, and I'll read these because this is actual story stuff. Savannah Lockwood, or to Savannah Lockwood, from Augustine DeVries. Subject, farewell. Savannah, your last missive stung me to my core. I can't believe you'd accuse me of such. Yes, I am still in contact with Victor. The schism between the Protectorate and the Order is of no consequence to us, but we are decidedly not whispering poison in each other's ear. And I can assure you that the dark path you accuse us of going down is one of necessity, not choice. I never burdened you with the knowledge of the things I've done, what I've been forced to live with. But therein lies the rub. I find I can do so no longer. The time for action has come. Do you remember the cliffhanger ending of the Sentinels versus the Cult of Corporatism's 6th chapter? One way or another, I fear we are hurtling toward that same inevitable conclusion. This is one thing I cannot allow, no matter the cost. Regardless, my time on Paradise Island is over. As we used to say, see you in the equation, my friend. To Augustine DeVries from Savannah Lockwood. How can you say you never burdened me with what you've done? You may have never shared specifics with me, but that doesn't mean I didn't feel your suffering, Augustine. The invasion of Paradise Island is driving us all to new levels of despair, and your last message has me fearing that it has pushed you to a place of madness. I'm begging you, forget that void-damned cereal and whatever it is you're planning, and please, please, come see me before you do anything that cannot be undone. This ought to make you laugh. I'm holed up in the old Order Chapel, of all places. Maybe because it reminds me of better days with you, me, and Victor. Okay. Mission logs. Mission log day 25.
My cover story has worked. I am safely ensconced at the Vox station, assigned to the lowly Information Input and Retrieval Department. Seems a colony so certain of its absolute control over its subjects can be less than rigorous when it comes to security. I was able to easily widen out a space behind the walls of the main control room to establish my safe room.
giving me unfettered access to the communication transfer conduits. I have hacked into their system downstream from the security protocols, so I am able to infiltrate their entire system with them being none the wiser. While I have little doubt as to the success of our mission, trepidation still gnaws at me, though I cannot say why. Perhaps it is simply the normal mission commencement jitters. I thought my duties complete. Information gathered, reports filed, preparations made. I'd even created a fictitious identity and work transfer to Horizon Point Station well ahead of schedule, in order to keep anyone from tracking my movements upon commencing the mission. All that was left was the waiting. Or so I thought. Then, troubling information came to light. I've seen the numbers. I've seen the equations. While I don't understand all of it, I understand enough to know it is the truth. And I am the only one in a position to act upon it, though it means the betrayal of my team and the duty I swore to uphold. But can I? I did it. They are all dead. And I am still alive. I had not expected this. I had prepared no alibi, and so felt assured my ruse would be discovered and I'd not have to carry this burden. But the complete gullibility of the Protectorate subjects cannot be underestimated, it seems. My threadbare excuse of my grievous wounds as pitchball injuries was accepted without question. I can only keep telling myself it had to be done. Something which becomes harder by the day as the rift anomaly grows in the sky. But it was all part of the plan. Wasn't it?
I can't believe this. Void me if I understand any of this. DeVries sold us out for what? Because of a few equations? Some dots and lines on a graph? Good fucking law. I mean, she wasn't a damn scientist. She said it herself. She didn't understand all of it, the math. So what was she thinking?
No idea. It's all a little strange to me.
How can you be so even-tempered about this? I know you didn't know her like I did. Like I thought I did, but she betrayed us. She killed our friends, Commander. Damn it! I never wanted to talk about this. I wanted to just leave it alone. Told myself, no point in dredging up the past. Should have known it wouldn't rest. DeVries may have saved me on Triangulum, but I wasn't the only one looked up to her. Lots of the other recruits talked about her too, back at the academy.
What were people saying about her?
They all thought she was the pinnacle of what an agent should be. Tough, smart, ain't a job she couldn't get done. And better and faster than everyone else. Inspired all of us.
Must have been after my time. I don't remember hearing her name before Horizon Point.
Reckon so. It's might embarrassing how much worship we all put on her name. You put a tool in my hand, I would have built monuments to her. Figure my own career could be just that. Doing for others what she done for me. Never imagined I'd actually get to work with her. Me, some nobody from Triangulum. And then she betrayed us. Tried telling myself it was an accident, but now we've got the cold, hard proof it wasn't. Law only knows why she trusted the Order's numbers.
Always ascribe to malice even that which can be explained by incompetence, I say.
Ain't cynical if it turns out true. DeVries was willing to sacrifice us. I have to know what for. I mean, she always struck me as so pragmatic, real sensible-like. Never figured she'd go all in on predictions from a bunch of monks.
Doesn't sound like you hold a very high opinion of the Order.
Used to think they were good people trying to do right by their beliefs. But if they put the idea in DeVries' head to leave us for dead, it might be time I reassess that opinion. I don't take issue with folks clinging to whatever keeps them afloat. Math, science, the grand architect, Void, even capital. I know how most colonies run. But when those beliefs start to require hurting others, even killing them, that's worth questioning their virtue.
Sure. Yeah, I don't care to debate this. I'm only interested in finding DeVries' safety.
Whatever her plans, she started putting them in place while stationed undercover at the Vox Relay. Our next point of order ought to be getting in there. Reckon there's got to be someone on the island who can help us with that. Let's keep asking around. Friendly-like.
Cool. That netted us 300 some XP, 300 again. Anything else? We need how much XP? We need about 1,600 XP. Bro has no idea he's having a philosophical discussion with a serial killer. Yeah, literally. I've tried to play this character so indifferent to the things that are happening around me. I do remember here there was something...
I'm simply not credulous enough to accept this is where I've ended up.
But I think we need to go pick the quest up
So many rumors
first.
flying around about
It was
the
somebody like
lab
saying
coats
that
can't
girl's
figure them out.
shady.
Some people worship
I want to say it was someone over here.
People think I got ejected from this room because
I see a huge opportunity for us in Fairfield. There's zero competition. And
Let's just work on getting XP. I think we can just go kill some stuff for XP. Because yeah, this building is the main building. This is the jail. That's where the shady chick is at. So, okay. Yeah, we'll go talk to Savannah. That sounds like a good idea. That's DeVries' friend. Seems like the next logical
No
point of
signs
order.
of corrosion. Exhaust manifold still warm. Come on, baby. I can't help you if
Milky
you don't
Street's
tell me
private
what's
locker
wrong.
key. That would be nice. To have a little bit extra, but we are in Milver Street's place right now. Steal all this crap. Cool. There's a Raptidon up there. Don't want anything.
Let's
to
keep
do
your
with
lamps
that
lit
right
for
now.
wildlife.
One thing I do notice with Obsidian games is that they like to reuse
swear
one
that
word
wasn't fun.
over and over again. So, like, in this game, someone on the writing team clearly thought that it was really cool to say the word lamps instead of eyes. So they're like, keep your lamps on, or like, keep your lamps peeled. And almost every character says it when they're talking about, like, looking out somewhere. And that was the same in Outer Worlds 1. No one would ever call a doctor a doctor. They always use the word sovereigns. So I don't know if that was intended to be like a regional thing, like because they have developed on a different solar system than us entirely, they have just different colloquial language for stuff, but it always struck me as a little bit like the writers. Damn. That's why we save. Always struck me as a little bit like the writers wanted. Game is a little loud. Heard about half of that. Okay, let me put the game down a bit more. Is that better? What I was saying before was basically that the Outer Worlds likes to refer to, like, I don't know. It seems to be an Obsidian thing, where they'll choose one word to describe something, and then that's just the word. So in Outer Worlds, for eyes, I've heard so many people in this game say, like, keep your lamps on, when talking about keeping a lookout for stuff. And in Outer Worlds 1, it was like, in terms of doctors, they would always call them sawbones. Which is like, yeah, sawbones is a real term, but, oh shit. But it also felt like the writers were overusing that term. So I don't know if that's something that, like, they were consciously thinking about, like, like, because the colony has developed separately from Earth, that these people have developed a different lingo or something, or maybe it's just, like, not lazy writing, because I don't want to say it's lazy, but, like, it's not good writing practice to use the same term over and over and over again.
We're closed.
It's like saying the delicious food was really delicious. You should say, like, the delicious food was scrumptious or something. You know, diversify. Okay, here's DeVries' friend, Savannah Lockwood.
Did you not hear me? This place is closed. No learning today about how everything happens according to the obscure calculus of an indecipherable plan. Why are you asking? Who are you?
The people she tried to kill.
By the architect. I had no idea. I wish I could say it was unbelievable. I was afraid she was becoming a danger to herself and to others. But this is horrifying.
Yeah, imagine how we feel. Why don't you tell us where she is so we can make sure she ain't being a danger to herself or others?
And how are you going to do that?
That ain't something you ought to be concerning yourself about.
If you think I'm going to help you do what I think you're talking about, you are deluded.
I may be deluded, but you're lucky you ain't dead. Seeing how she seems partial to using her friends as victims.
Does she? It occurs to me that you have provided no proof of what you're accusing her of.
Why don't you take a long look at me? This is all because she betrayed us. Her team, her friends, even the one whose life she saved in Triangulum.
By the architect. You're Niles, aren't you? She mentioned you a few times, but refused to elaborate. All I knew was that she was fond of you, and that you were dead.
She was fond of me? Then why? Why would she try to kill me?
I can't say, but it may be one of the things she anguished over. An anguish I fear finally overwhelmed her, and could likely be what's driven her to her present course of action.
Okay, and just what is her present course of action exactly?
I wish I knew. It's nothing good, I can tell you that. I haven't seen her since before the corporatists invaded the island. I'm afraid she's going to do something terrible, but I just don't know what. Maybe none of this would have happened had I not introduced her to Victor.
Victor's the guy who you accused her of conspiring with, right?
How did... You saw her terminal, didn't you? Victor's an Order archivist. We were all friends for a time. But then, shortly before the schism, they started talking to some others inside the Order. That's when things became tense. I started to become uneasy, scared, really. She kept getting angrier with the Order the more she worked with Victor and her other contacts. On top of everything else, it became just too much for me.
Did she ramble on about the Sentinels versus the Cult of Corporatism serial a lot?
Among other things. For some reason, she was obsessed with the cliffhanger ending of Chapter 6. It was the one where capitalist fanatics brought complete destruction upon Arcadia. But you know how it works. It was somehow miraculously saved at the beginning of the next chapter. Didn't matter to DeVries, though. She just kept going over it and over it. Would have talked to a Crabble about it if there was no one else to listen. That, and the invasion itself, set her mind to dark things. I begged her not to go down that road again.
Again?
She was so agitated when I first met her. Must have been 7, going on 8 years ago now. She never slept, didn't talk to anyone if she could avoid it. After we became friends, she began to change. Still bothered her from time to time, but I thought it mostly behind her. I couldn't watch her go back to how she'd been. Or worse.
Okay, this is all fascinating, but I have to find her before she does something drastic. Goodbye.
I know I've no right to ask this of you, but when you find her, please remind her of who she used to be. She's unwell, but I know there's still hope for her.
She's definitely unwell, but there's no hope for her. I'm going to kill her.
I understand. Perhaps it actually is for the best. I truly cannot say.
Some friend. Alright. We need about 423 more XP. That shouldn't be too hard to get. If I'm remembering the map correctly, which I have a pretty good internal compass, then I think we can head this way. Yeah, I think this game does improve upon the first game in quite a number of ways, though. I like a lot of the perks. Look at how many perks there are. There are 89 plus 2, so there's 91 perks. Plus the one I've got over here. There's 92 perks in the game. That's a crazy amount of different build varieties that you have. I think in the Outer Worlds 1, it
This stretch runs
was
between Fairfield and the Eastern Forward Operating Base.
much less.
North of here is an
Ooh.
old abandoned chapel. Dang, I ought to be charging for an...
Alright, well that's 50 XP.
Careful of friendly fire if you head down past the farm. Last time we wandered past, they opened fire on us. A real code 472.
Understandable, have a great day, yeah. If I talk to an armed psychopath. Technically, we're not even a psychopath yet, which is wild. That...
kind of work. It always sounds like so much effort. That kind of thing ain't even on my contract.
Scout report.
Oh, there's also the radio in this game. The radio is really fun. It's a lot like Fallout New Vegas or Fallout 4 or Fallout 3, where you've got different radio stations that you can tune into. This one is a distress signal.
Yes, sir. Looks like the repair center is still out of order, sir. Excellent.
Dangerous enemies. Leaders and bosses. Just skip past that. The wireless free Arcadia has been my favorite so far.
Might want to sneak our way in.
To the bottom rung, this is Wireless Free Arcadia, official frequency of Auntie's Choice. Auntie's Choice is all about choice.
Okay, I'm gonna save here. I'm gonna do a hard save.
From 15 different kinds of fresh from frozen
Potential combatants in the vicinity.
and minerals, to vodka in every color of the rainbow, and then some. Auntie works hard to make sure you have more variety than you want. You deserve it. You deserve Auntie's Choice. Now upward and onward. Alrighty then, it's well past time for more merry melodies.
When following the rules ever get anybody? It's like the rules...
Round the year of 55, on old Towshetty Prime, a mile beneath the methane ice, way down in the mine. Sugar little smoke, off the hat was closed. The blast knocked off the miner's clock, but exposed the mother lode.
I heard that.
Hey, okay, got our level up, and now we can finally become a psychopath. Sweet. So, the psychopath perk, gain bonus damage against any faction you have a negative reputation with. Oh, this is so anti-synergy. Oh shit. This bonus is greater the worse your reputation is. Factions you are kill on sight with grant them maximum bonus. Okay, so I built this character totally wrong by having the witty trait. I guess you're not really supposed to do that if you have the psychopath perk. But I was just thinking if we're going to be killing a lot of people, it would make more sense for us to be able to preserve our thing. But honestly, I was looking at the serial killer trait more, which is after killing a human, you have a chance to automatically harvest their heart. Each of these trophies increases your max health permanently. Humans you kill that don't fight back or weren't hostile when you attack them will always have their hearts harvested. So, that was the perk that I was really looking at.
Shift's over. I have a life outside this place, you know.
A life outside our lab? No. Audacious advances requires commitment. Absolute commitment.
Enemy like just turned on.
Determination.
Yeah, I guess if you're wanting to build a character like this, don't take the witty perk.
coming up with some photos.
Let's see if we can get 2 off in tactical time dilation. Nice. And let's see about tossing a grenade this way.
Auntie's Choice Chumbar is a delicious new food. And spectrum leavings.
The chumbar is made from the finest coagulated slurry of both animal and vegetable byproducts.
Including the ability to cause chemtrail.
Whatever went wrong here, our wager has got to do with that red substance. Might be best we look and don't touch.
And chewy.
Try it today.
And buy an extra bar to share with a chum.
I guess we don't need to kill those guys out there. Just go back here.
I consider this song a real standout number. Assuming you have taste, you surely will as well.
Okay, well, honestly, I have to go to work, which sucks. But this was fun. This was a short stream. I think we've only been going for about 2 hours, so thanks to you guys for coming out and watching. I just really wanted to take some time and like relax and try another stealth build and psychopath thing. So yeah, again, sorry that I'm not going to be streaming for too much longer, but I have to go to work in, I don't know, 12 hours. So yeah, just wanted to get the most out of my break and do something fun here at the end of the day. So, I will see you guys next time around. I'll probably stream some Legends, or Assassin's Creed Black Flag is on my list, as well as finishing out the Silk the Sill run on Elden Ring. So we'll be live a bit throughout January, February, March, and the rest of 2026. So, peace out, everybody. Ilya, of course, you're welcome. And I will talk to you guys next time. See you later.